Hello, sweeties! I have 13 of this month's Hella Handmade creation polishes to share with you today. Quick notes before we get started. After I swatch each polish, I'll show it under studio lighting, lower lighting, as well as one coat over black. All polishes are shown with one coat of a fast-drying top coat unless otherwise stated, and the magnets used are the Arc magnet from Lantern & Wren as well as the Nova magnet from Polish Pickup. Links to both are in the description box. Okay, let's get to it. First up is by Dany Vianna's I Kept All the Memories, Even the Sad Ones, inspired by the manga series Fruits Basket. Described as a sheer dark base with a mix of gold aurora shimmer and a mix of light and darker blue flakes and shreds. Shown here in 3 coats, dries with some texture. The gold shimmer gets much darker and almost has a green tone to it in the lower lighting. Cuticula begins a new series inspired by books to TV and movies, with the first polish inspired by The Summer I Turned Pretty, and this is called The Summer Everything Began, described as a peachy pink base with orange to gold shifting shimmer, green, blue, and lime shifting UCC flakes, and iridescent flakes. Shown here in 3 coats, and it does dry with some texture. You can see all of the shifts in the flakes and shimmer no matter the lighting, however the greens of the flakes and the gold of the shimmer try to steal the show in the lower lighting. Garden Path Lacquers continues their Bridgerton Dresses series with Victory Lap, described as a royal purple crelly base accented with vibrant blue to green shifting aurora shimmer. Shown here in 2 coats. You may need 3 if you have a free edge. The aqua green of the shift is most visible in the studio lighting, but the bluish purple shift very much steals the show in the lower lighting. Here we have Hearts and Promises Blue Aragonite, inspired by crystals and gemstones, described as a white curly base with assorted aqua blue shimmers, flakies, and microglitters. Shown here in 3 coats, and it does dry with a bit of texture. Jen & Berries begins a new series inspired by the Great British Bake Off, with the first polish inspired by Paul Hollywood and his famous handshake, and it's called Hollywood Handshake. Described as a black tinted base with strong purple to pink shifting shimmer and a bright blue magnetic shimmer. Shown here in 2 coats. The purple to pink shimmer really stands out in the lower lighting. This is LynBdesigns' Wildly Unprepared for the Day, inspired by the online comic Strange Planet. Described as a buildable forest green base with a strong purple to pink shifting shimmer and a silver magnetic pole. Shown here in 3 coats. The purple of the shimmer stands out the most in the studio lighting, but the pinkish red pops under the lower lighting. Night Owl Lacquer continues their Bob's Burgers series with Words Have Meaning, but whatever. Described as a dusty teal curly filled with multichrome flakes that shift between cobalt, indigo, violet, and burgundy. Shown here in 3 coats, dries with a little bit of texture. All the shifty flakes really dance in the lower lighting. Next up is Pampered Polishes Sugar Rush, inspired by Wreck-It Ralph, described as a candy pink curly with a rainbow of chunky glitter. Shown here in 2 coats, and it does dry with some texture. Penelope Luz has a Mother's Day duo for you this month, starting with Divine Pregnancy, described as a baby pink magnetic with a soft turquoise base. Shown here in 3 coats. In the studio lighting, you can see an aqua blue shimmer, but in the lower lighting, that morphs into a deeper blue. And this one is called Blessed Love, described as a clear base with turquoise microflakies, red iridescent flakes, and hollow flakes. Shown here in 1 coat of a Divine Pregnancy, and it does dry with some texture. The hollow really pops in the direct lighting, whether it's in the studio lighting or the natural sunlight. Owl Lacquer continues their Emperor's New Groove series with my Spinach Puffs, described as a green-based polish with coppery gold chrome-like shimmer and a scattering of hollow sparkle. Shown here in 2 coats, you may need 3 if you have a free edge. This is one that morphs into a deeper tone of itself in the lower lighting, and the golden lime green shift really comes to life. Rogue Lacquer also has a Mother's Day duo this month inspired by the songs of ABBA from Mamma Mia. First we have Super Trooper, which is described as a bright pink purple toned mauve shimmer with hollow flakes. Shown here in 2 coats, and it does dry with a little bit of texture. In the lower lighting, it almost looks like it has a bit of a bright purple shift to it. And this one is Dancing Queen, described as a cyan to purple multichrome with gold reflective glitter. Shown here in 2 coats, you may need 3 if you have a free edge, and it does dry with some texture. You can see all the shifts no matter the lighting, but it definitely has some seriously strong shifts in the lower lighting, and the gold reflective glitter definitely steals the show in the direct lighting and the flash. My top pick for this month is Jen & Barry's Hollywood Handshake. I really loved the blues and purple color combo, and whether it's magnetized with a barb magnet to get that strong line, or you use a magnet to create that velvet look, it's still super pretty no matter what. And my second pick is Cuticula's The Summer Everything Began. One, because I love that TV series, and secondly, because its bright peachy pink base is perfect for the upcoming spring and summer season. And my third pick is Rogue Lacquer's Dancing Queen, mainly because we all know my obsession with super shifty polishes, and this is exactly that. It morphs into so many different colors depending on the lighting, and the added gold reflective makes that stand out even more. What are your favorites this month? Let me know in the comments. March Hella Handmade Creations goes live March 14th through the 21st at hellahandmadecreations.com, and some of these polishes do have caps, so make sure to set those alarms so you don't miss out. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!